Black World TV, the new black media. Family, this broadcast is about censorship, an unendorsed apology, and white fragility. So, an artist's Black Lives Matter cartoon was pulled, and an unendorsed apology was ran in its place. A recent installment of long-running syndicated comic strip Six Chicks, tackling anti-mask rhetoric from a Black Lives Matter movement perspective, was pulled from some newspapers last Tuesday. Founded in 2000, Six Chicks is a collaborative comic strip that's been syndicated daily to more than 120 newspapers, focusing on a broad range of topics from a woman's perspective, including gags about breaking news, the economy, and even zombies. The group features a rotating team of female creators, including Bianca Xunise, who is pictured here, the Chicago-based cartoonist behind the controversial edition, who became the first black woman to join the team and second to be nationally syndicated in comics history earlier this year. Well, here it is, the comic that launched 1,000 angry responses, and she put on there, "Please clap." So, the newest installment depicts a black woman at a grocery store wearing a face covering and "I can't breathe" written across her t-shirt, a nod to the death of George Floyd in police custody earlier this year, Xunise told the news reports. A blue-eyed, older white woman says, quote, "If you can't breathe, then take that silly mask off," unquote. T. Falconer, editorial director at King Features, the comic strips syndicate, confirmed to NBC News that angry responses to the strip resulted in some newspapers dropping Six Chicks from publication entirely. While the company is not allowed to share the names of its clients, Falconer said an apology was printed at an undisclosed newspaper in the comic's usual spot later in the week. Quote, we have identified the syndicate that provides the comic that we will no longer be running Six Chicks in our newspaper as a result," the apology read. Quote, "We've also requested an apology from them. Our apology is for a cartoon that reflected the exact opposite of what we stand for as a newspaper," unquote. Well, in response to Falconer, along with Xunise's colleagues at Six Chicks, defended the cartoon. Bianca created the July 28, 2020 Six Chicks cartoon to be a joke, commenting on how black issues are often disregarded as a personal problem and not a systemic issue, Falconer said. She is shedding light on two pandemics right now, one on race and another on COVID-19, and both are not being taken seriously while they are destroying lives, unquote. Isabella Bannerman, the Monday cartoonist for Six Chicks, echoed similar sentiments, defending the comic as an important dialogue bridging both issues. Quote, "I am not apologizing for this comic and this censorship," Xunise said. She explained how there was no misunderstanding behind the messaging of her comic strip. Quote, "I am being silenced over white feelings from a gag comic," she said. "This is a complete step back in the wrong direction." Xunise added that the comic went through two checkpoints, one with her editors and another with the newspaper editors that made the final decision to publish it. Quote, "The editors at whatever newspaper it lands at should have read the comics and flagged it if they got offended," Xunise said. "I'm just an artist. That's your job." After the backlash, Xunise and her team responded to each newspaper's concerns. The ones that dropped the comic after their explanation were upset, she said. Quote, "We spent due diligence explaining the hard-to-grasp satire," she said. "Please stop giving the benefit of the doubt to people who silence black voices," unquote. So, family, as I read this broadcast and you saw the cartoon, and I'm sure you're reading also some of these tweets, and as you can see, as this artist, as she defends herself, she makes it very clear that she's not apologizing, and the apology that they put in the paper simply was not from her. So, they did a number of violations on this black cartoonist. But nonetheless, she does have a caption where it says that you could see her website. So I did just that. And that's what you're looking at now, is a picture of one of her pages on her website where she actually sells her comics. If you have time, I'm going to leave the link in the description. If you have time, take a moment to visit her channel. You might find something that you like, and we'll be supporting another black cartoonist. Anyways, you tell me what you think in the comment section. I believe that this is a violation, again, of our First Amendment rights of free speech, but it's really, very heart-wrenching that black women in particular, it's bad enough that as black men we get attacked, but black women in particular on the job, they get no breaks whatsoever. All it takes is a Becky or a Karen or a Bob or a Bill to get in their feelings and exert their white fragility, and the next thing you know, your idea, your craft, your job is in jeopardy, all behind these types of people. But anyways, I'm gonna stop right there. Again, you have the comment section. If you have something to say, say it. Otherwise, take a minute to please give this video a thumbs up and a share, and we'll see you in the next broadcast. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Black World TV, the new black media. Peace out.